Hello, welcome to my channel. Today we're looking for Esther Mae Gesler. She went missing 1976, Auburn, Washington, believed to have been killed by her ex-husband. She was 37 years old, 5'8", 155 pounds. She had brown hair, green eyes. She had had a C-section scar on her abdomen. So she may have used the last name Bagley. She left her husband and children at home in the 400 block of North Prospect at 11 a.m., saying she was going to rent a hotel room so she could be alone and study for an upcoming college final exam. She was taking night classes to become a paralegal secretary. She was driving a metallic blue 1973 Mercury station wagon. She said she would return home the next day. She kept a hairdresser's appointment in Auburn, Washington that day. She never came home. She's never been heard from. After her disappearance, her car was found abandoned in a municipal parking lot on 1st Street Northeast and B Street in Auburn. They believe she was murdered by her ex-husband, Glenn Allen Bagley. Photos of him are posted in the summary. It was his car she was driving on the day of her disappearance, and phone records prove he called her a few days before. Investigators believe he was responsible as well for the 1973 disappearance of Althea Blankinship and her son Jeffrey. They lived in a small rented apartment inside their home in Port Townsend, Washington in 1973, and he was the last person to have seen them ever. And he took off and moved to the Philippines shortly after she disappeared to work as a civil engineer in the capital city of Manila for many years. He never spoke to Washington police again, although over the years they tried to build a case against him. Hayes maintained his innocence in all three cases and claimed he was building a cat house in his garage on the day she went missing. His then-girlfriend supported his story, but in 2004 she recanted it and told police that he had threatened her life. He supposedly said if she ever revealed anything he told her, she would end up in the same culvert in Quilcene as Esther. So Bagley died of cancer in the Philippines in February 2016. Her case remains unsolved and foul play suspected. Kent police are investigating her disappearance. I went through some of the Jane Does and looked, but I really just, I don't know, I didn't look very hard. And this is Althea Dayle Blankinship, 1973. So yeah, they were supposed to catch a plane. Supposedly he drove him to the Seattle-Tacoma airport to catch a plane, and they never caught any flights. They never went to Greece, and he's the prime suspect in their case. So, and it says she might go by her maiden name Marks. I did find this one. I mean, there's a lot of other Jane Does, and I didn't go through it I didn't do a lot of search into it. And this is 4 months to 2 years prior, and this would have been 3 years prior, but age 20 to 30, she was 5'6". She had auburn or dark brown hair that was, it was long hair, 14 to 17 inches, has her dentals, so it mentions the clothes. She was found in a public hunting land, so a quarter of a mile south of State Route 702, 2 miles of West State Route 7. So, and I don't know if that would be her or not, because if he was driving them to Seattle from there, let's see. Hold on. I'll do the Pierce County one. See what the distance is. That's 2 hours and So, I don't know if we add Seattle into it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so it's only 2 hours, and then if he was driving her to Seattle, and instead of going to Seattle, he went the other way. And what was the other? Yeah, I don't know. I just thought maybe it could be her, and I still think maybe it could have been, but I'm not sure about the length of her hair. And then I was looking at her son, and he was 3 years old, and let's see, so he was a ways from his 4th birthday, but I couldn't find any children really, but there was this child, and the haircut looked similar, and there wasn't very many children, and that's Mill Valley, Marin County, California. Partial skeleton parts only. So I don't know if they would. Yeah. So, and the child had a windbreaker and a ski coat with a hood. So I don't know. I originally thought it was female, but then looking at his haircut and his face and everything, it just, to me, looks like it easily could have been her son. It really does. And even though it doesn't say it would be 1970, estimated date of death 1972 to 1974, and he would have died in 1973. But they say age 4 to 6, and he was 3 years old. I just feel like it could have been him because of the way the haircut is and the way he looks. Just to me, it looks like him. So anyway, please feel free to leave comments and let me know what your thoughts and opinions are. And if you have any information about the case at all, you should contact authorities, and there's the phone number, and give them that information. And instead of taking it to your grave, and you would think that she would be found in the area that that lady said, but you never know. A murder is also not going to be somebody that's honest. You would think she would be found in Closine or whatever, maybe in a culvert under a bridge, or who knows where, but I don't know for sure because, somebody's going to kill somebody. They're not going to be an honest person. So that's very, very sad. And please don't forget to pray for their loved ones and their families. And thank you so much for tuning in to my channel. Have a great day. Bye-bye.